Good morning, a new day starts. We are somewhere in between Rimini and Ravenna. This is where we stayed last night. It seems to be a place where people with camper vans just turn up. These are pretty standard camper vans, but that lot over there is a traveller encampment. So yeah, we're proper dudes of the road now. Not the classiest place we've ever stayed, I'll be honest, but very, very free. So we're going to go to Ravenna today. I want to look at some Byzantine churches. They're things I wanted to see for years and years. They're really, really famous with the mosaics. And then we're going to be going on to Bologna, where we hope to eat some spaghetti bolognese in the city of spaghetti bolognese, and then move on up towards Switzerland. We had quite a good day yesterday. We went to San Marino, so we've explored a new country, not a particularly big one, but it was quite nice. And we also went to Rimini, which was a Roman port with a triumphal arch by Augustus and a bridge by Tiberius. So it was quite a cool day, really.
Yeah.
And now the first of Ravenna's famous early Christian churches. This is actually outside Ravenna in a place called Classe, and it's Saint Apollinaris Church, dates from 549. It's apparently where that saint was a martyr is buried, and it's meant to be one of the finest early Christian churches in the world. Let's have a look. So here we are inside the Saint Apollinaris Church. There's these absolute magnificent stone chests. One assumes they're tombs. There. Another one here. Don't know how old they are. The actual church itself, in style, reminds me quite a bit of St. Paul's Basilica in Rome, although I believe that's much later. But there we are. This is Saint Apollinaris. Pretty wow. So this is the tomb of Teodorico, who was one of the barbarian kings who was invited in to rule part of the Roman Empire, the western part. He grew up in Constantinople, so he was very Byzantine in his ideas, and when he ruled in Ravenna for 33 years, he made Ravenna the capital. He was actually very successful, and fondly remembered, and his tomb, there's no cement between the blocks, and they say it's a mixture of Roman and barbarian styles. Pretty cool.
Why would you take him out? That is just disrespectful too.
So we're now in an Arian era baptistry. It's described as an Arian cathedral on the side. There's amazing mosaics here of Jesus being baptized by John the Baptist. There we are. And note that he is beardless, which shows how early it is. Now inside the old Arian cathedral, and it's amazing, it's an Orthodox church. It's quite pleasant. So it's the Orthodox cathedral, Arian cathedral, now an Orthodox church that was attached to the baptistry built by Theodoric, whose mausoleum we saw earlier. So I'm now in the new Basilica of Apollinarium, which is weirdly 50 years older than the other one. It's got these amazing mosaics here. Look at these. I'm guessing these are saints, and they're bringing tribute to Christ. What's quite cool as well at the end, I seem to remember hearing about this being discussed in a program, but you've got the actual picture of I think that's the palace. It's this Palatium, and I think that was destroyed, and this is the only evidence they've got of what it looked like. Wow. And there's a record of what the city looked like. Look, there's the port and the boats, and then we have all these females bringing things around, and they're female saints, one imagines they must be, and they're paying homage to the Virgin Mary. The only problem with this one is it's been messed about with, because that looks decidedly more modern. But at least what we have has survived. And there she is, the Virgin Mary. Ah, and the three wise men, Balthazar, Melchior and Caspar. This is the new Basilica of Apollinaria. This is the Church of San Francisco. As you can see the similarities with some of the others. Well, this is 5 centuries later, built on the site of an earlier one. Absolutely amazing. This one wasn't even in the guidebook. There's just so many fantastic churches here. So this is the crypt of the St. Francis Church. It's the oldest part. It's part of the original church. Okay, it's amazing. These fantastic mosaics. And there are fish swimming around amongst. Another baptistry. This one's a tad more decorated than the last. Pretty impressive. Greetings, Uncle Travelling Matt here. I'm currently in a service station somewhere north of Milan, about to get towards the Italian lakes and then the Alps, because we're going to Switzerland tomorrow. And hopefully, if all goes well and we don't have another Montenegro situation, we're going to be meeting my cousin who lives there, near to Zermatt. So that's tomorrow. What about today? Well, as I said in the earlier clips, the plan today was to visit Ravenna, which is somewhere I'd long wanted to go to because I've had a big interest in Byzantine history, and it's famous for its Byzantine era churches. And then Bologna, and where we're going to eat spaghetti bolognese in Bologna. We went to Ravenna. We also went to a church outside Ravenna at a place called Classe. Absolutely blew my mind. I was expecting a lot from Ravenna. It's the place I most wanted to visit in the whole of Italy, and it totally exceeded my expectations. It really did. It was unbelievable. The the stuff that I saw it was very Roman. It also had that Byzantine feel, so it felt almost like Constantinople at times. The mosaics were unlike anything I've ever seen before, including Hagia Sophia, and there was just so much. It was like there was about 6 or 7 sites listed in the guidebook as being worth going to. Went to all of them, and they were all exceeded the expectation. But actually, there was also loads of other, like early churches, and I'm talking 4th and 5th century stuff that wasn't even in the book, and they were okay. They didn't have the mosaics, but they were pretty amazing as well. One of the best was we went to a baptistry, a very early Arian baptistry built by Theodoric, King Theodoric, who was a barbarian king from the north who they kind of invited in to rule them, and he did a very good job. And he'd actually spent his childhood in Constantinople at the Byzantine court, so he was very Byzantinized. But he was an Arian Christian, and this was his Arian baptistry, and it was attached to his original cathedral, which is now an Orthodox church. And I went in there and I got talking to the Romanian priest, and he was a cracking fella, spoke amazing English, and we were talking about St. Theodorus Sila and his own journey. And yeah, it was pretty nice, and it was pretty cool to see the church. I won't say it was originally intended, because it was an Arian church originally, and of course the Orthodox fell out with them, but pretty close to what it was originally intended. So that was Ravenna. Loved it, but it kind of burnt me out, because after that we stayed there far longer than I thought we would be around there. And after that there was like, where do you go from that? And we were really, really hot, so the heat was just way too much. And so we decided to skip Bologna and just drive. And to be honest, the driving was quite relaxing. Did probably about 250, maybe even 300 kilometers in more or less one go. And I was all up for staying by one of the lakes tonight, but Tom said I wanted to stay in a service station because they've got all the amenities. So we've done that, and it's a pretty damn good one, actually. Amazing Wi-Fi, which we're using to upload these videos. And so here we are in the service station, and tomorrow, if all goes well, we will be heading for another new country, Switzerland. So yeah, that's that. Until then, keep travelling.